Magandang araw! Sa videong ito ay ating pag-aaralan kung ano ang mga theorems on differentiations of algebraic functions. Tara, mag-umpisa na tayo. The first rule is the constant rule of differentiation. Ano ang sinasabi niya? If c is a constant and if f of x equals c for all x, then f prime x is equal to 0. Sinasabi lang ng number 1 rule na ito na ang derivative ng kahit anong constant ay palaging equal sa 0. Let's consider a particular example. Number 1, suppose you are given y is equal to 5. Kunin natin ang derivative ng function na ito. So we have y prime is equal to 0. Dahil ang 5 ay isang constant, ang kanyang derivative ay 0. Example 2. F of x is equal to 100. F prime of x is therefore equal to 0 because 100 is a constant. Isa pang example. Suppose you are given g of x is equal to square root of 2. Dahil ang square root of 2 ay isang constant din, g prime of x is equal to 0. For number 2, meron tayong tinatawag na the power rule of differentiation. Ano ba ang sinasabi niya? Sinasabi niya na if f of x is equal to x raised to n, then f prime of x is equal to n times x raised to n minus 1. Sinasabi lang niya na kung ang isang function ay mayroong exponent na in this case is n, ang gagawin mo is ililipat mo lang siya doon sa unahan and then yung exponent mo ay babawasan mo ng isa. Okay? Let's take some examples. Number 1, for example, you are given f of x is equal to x raised to 5. So according to the rule, ibababa mo lang ang exponent na 5 and then babawasan mo ng isa. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And that's it. For number 2, suppose you are given g of x is equal to square root of x. Pero, alam naman nating lahat na ang square root of x ay pwede mong isulat bilang x raised to 1/2. Pwede na natin kunin ang kanyang derivative. Ibababa natin ng 1/2 and then babawasan natin ng isa ang 1/2 na exponent. Continuing, we have g prime x is equal to 1/2 x raised to 1/2 minus 1 is equal to negative 1/2. Okay? And then, kopyahin lang natin yung 1/2. Napansin niyo may negative ang exponent natin. No? Hindi pwede yan. So, dapat mawala yung negative. At magagawa lang natin yon kung ililipat natin siya sa denominator. So, yung x raised to negative 1/2, naging x raised to positive 1/2 na siya, pero inilipat natin siya sa denominator. Okay? But what is x raised to 1/2? X raised to 1/2 is a square root of x. So, papalitan natin yung square root of 1/2 ng square root of x. Is this our final answer? Not yet. Kasi, ipinagbabawal po ang pagkakaroon ng radical sa denominator kung ito ay isusulat natin bilang final answer. So, para mawala iyon, kailangan natin mag-rationalize. So, rationalizing the denominator, we're going to multiply by square root of x over square root of x. So, we have g prime of x. So, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So, 1 times square root of x is a square root of x. And then 2 square root of x times square root of x, 2. And then square root of x times square root of x, that is square root of x squared. Square root of x squared is just equal to x. Okay? And this is our answer. Number 3, For example, given ka ng h of x is equal to 1 over x squared. Para mas madali, i-write mo muna siya bilang x raised to negative 2. Same concept lang yan doon sa number 2 kanina. Dahil dyan, we are now ready to get the derivative of h of x. So we have h prime of x is equal to, okay, bring down negative 2, and then negative 2 minus 1. Meron tayong h prime of x is equal to negative 2. X raised to negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Okay? So the final answer is negative 2. And then dahil may negative na naman ang ating exponent ng x, so kailangang mawala yung negative na yon, magagawa lang natin yon kung siya ay ililipat natin sa denominator. Therefore, h prime of x is equal to negative 2 over x cubed. Number 3. Ito ay tinatawag na the constant multiple rule of differentiation. So what does it tell us? So sinasabi niya that if f is a function, c is a constant, and g is the function defined by g of x is equal to c times f of x, then if f prime x exists, g prime of x is equal to c times f prime x. So ano ang sinasabi niya? Na kapag given tayo ng c times any function, kokopyahin mo lang yung c, and then i-multiply mo sa derivative ng f of x. Let us take some examples. For example, you are given f of x is equal to 2x cubed. So f prime of x is equal to 2, kokopyahin lang yung 2, and then get the derivative of x cubed. Base sa pinag-aralan natin kanina, ibababa mo lang ang 3, and then babawasan ng isa yung 3. So it will become 2. Simplifying, ang makukuha natin is 2 times 3 is equal to 6, and then copy x squared. Therefore, f prime of x is equal to 6x squared. Number 2, halimbawa, given kayo ng g of x is equal to 9 cube root of x. Siguro mas maganda kung i-write muna natin yung cube root of x. Ang cube root of x ay pwede nating isulat bilang x raised to 1/3. Parang kanina, ang square root of x pwede mong isulat bilang x raised to 1/2. This time, cube root of x is just equal to x raised to 1/3. Okay? Now, mas madali na nating makukuha ang derivative ng g of x. Kokopyahin lang natin yung 9, and then ibababa natin yung 1/3, and then babawasan natin ang isa. Okay? 1/3 minus 1. So we have g prime of x is equal to 9 times 1/3 x. So 1/3 minus 1. So 1 will become 3 over 3, right? So 1/3 minus 3 over 3 is equal to negative 2/3. So we have g prime of x is equal to yung 9 at saka 3, pwede natin silang cancelin na, no? So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 na lang yan. And then we have x raised to negative 2/3. Again, nakakakita na naman tayo ng exponent na negative. At hindi yan pinapayagan para sa final answer. So, kailangan natin siyang ibaba. So, x raised to 2/3. Okay? I-write natin yung x raised to 2/3. That is just equal to cube root of x squared. Again, hindi pwede ang radical sa denominator. So, magmumultiply tayo ng cube root of x, both sa numerator and sa denominator. Okay? So, we have 3 cube root of x over cube root of, multiply natin yung x squared and then x raised to 1. So, the answer is x cubed. So, magka-cancel na yung cube root at saka yung x cube. So, ang matitira is g prime of x is equal to 3 cube root of x over x. Number 4, we have the sum rule of differentiation. Ano ba ang sinasabi niya? If f and g are functions, and h is the function defined by h of x equals f of x plus g of x, then if f prime of x and g prime of x exist, h prime of x is equal to the sum of the derivatives of f and g. Example, number 1. For example, you are given y is equal to x squared minus 3x cubed plus 2. Gagawin natin, kukunin lang natin ang derivative ng bawat isa. So first, x squared, ibababa lang natin yung 2, and then 2 minus 1 is 1. So we will not write 1 anymore. Minus 3, kokopyahin yung 3, and then ibababa yung 3, and then ang matitira sa exponent ay 2 na lang kasi 3 minus 1 is 2, and then the derivative of a constant is 0, so we will not write 0 anymore. So rewriting, we have 2x minus 9x squared, and this is the derivative of y. Number 2, we have y is equal to x raised to 7/3 over 3 minus x raised to negative 1. Y prime is equal to, so yung 3 na denominator, pwede na natin siyang ilabas dito agad. Okay? And then, yung 7/3 ay isusulat natin sa unahan or ibababa natin. And then, babawasan natin ng 1 yung exponent. And then, minus, bring down negative 1, and then x, negative 1, minus 1. Babawasan natin ng 1 yung exponent. So we have y prime is equal to 1 times 7 is 7, 3 times 3 is 9. X raised to, so 7/3 minus 1, yung 1 mo ay magiging 3/3, so 7/3 minus 3/3 is equal to 4/3. Negative 1 minus 1 is positive 1, and then x raised to negative 2. Okay? Again, hindi tayo pwede magsulat sa final answer nang merong negative ang alinman sa ating mga exponents. So we have y prime is equal to 7 over 9, x raised to 4/3 plus, ibababa lang natin yung x squared. And this is our answer. Number 5, the product rule of differentiation. Ano ang sinasabi niya? If f and g are functions, and if h is a function defined by h of x is equal to f of x times g of x, then if f prime of x and g prime of x exist, h prime of x is equal to the sum. Okay? F of x times g prime of x and g of x times f prime of x. Let's have some examples. Halimbawa, given kayo ng y is equal to 2x times 3x squared plus x minus 1. Again, dito sa example natin, f of x is equal to 2x, g of x is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 1. I-solve na natin yung f prime of x. So alam natin lahat na ang derivative ng 2x ay 2. Okay, and then ang derivative ng x is 1, so 2 lang siya. And then we have g prime of x is equal to, ibababa natin yung 2, and then we have 3x, and then 2 minus 1, 1 na lang siya. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of negative 1 is 0. So we have g prime of x is equal to 6x plus 1. So itong apat na to ang gagamitin natin para makuha yung y prime. So we have y prime is equal to f of x, which is 2x, times g prime of x, which is 6x plus 1, plus g of x, which is 3x squared plus x minus 1, times f prime of x, which is 2. Of course, hindi natin pwedeng iwanan ang sagot natin na ganyan lang, although tapos na tayo mag-differentiate. We still have to simplify. So we have y prime is equal to 12x squared plus 2x. Dito rin, kailangan din nating i-distribute yung 2. So we have 6x squared plus 2x minus 2. And then finally, we have to combine similar terms and rearrange. So we have 12x squared plus 6x squared, that is equal to 18x squared. 2x plus 2x is equal to 4x. And then we have minus 2. Therefore, y prime is equal to 18x squared plus 4x minus 2. For the second example, meron tayong given na f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 5 multiplied by square root of 3 plus x. Okay? So dahil ang pangalan ng function ay f of x, hindi ko na ito papangalanan na f of x din. Pwede tayong gumamit ng letters na lang. For example, u and v. Okay? So we have u is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 5. While v is equal to square root of 3 plus x. Okay? Let us get the derivative of u. So u prime is equal to 2x plus 3. Again, 5 is a constant, so 0 na lang ang kanyang derivative. V prime is equal to, so square root of 3 is also a constant, so the derivative of that is 0, while the derivative of x is just equal to 1. Okay? So we have f prime of x is equal to u v prime plus v u prime. Okay? Substituting, we have x squared plus 3x plus 5 times 1 plus v, which is square root of 3 plus x, then u prime, which is 2x plus 3. Okay? So we have to simplify everything. So x squared plus 3x plus 5 times 1 is of course x squared plus 3x plus 5 pa rin naman. Right? And then, we have square root of 3 times 2x, that is equal to 2 square root of 3x. Square root of 3 times 3 is 3 square root of 3. X times 2x is 2x squared. And then finally, x times 3 is equal to 3x. Okay? So let us just rewrite everything, combine similar terms. So unahin natin yung merong x squared. So x squared plus 2x squared is 3x squared. Okay? Next, 3x plus 3x is equal to 6x. And then we have 2 square root of 3x plus 3 square root of 3, and then we have 5. Of course, hindi na natin kaya pang i-combine yung 3 square root of 3 sa 5 kasi radical yung isa. Okay? So f prime of x is equal to 3x squared plus 6x plus 2 square root of 3x plus 3 square root of 3 plus 5. We have the sixth rule. Ang tawag sa kanya, the quotient rule of differentiation. Ang sinasabi niya is if f and g are functions and if h is a function defined by h of x equals f of x over g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0, then if f prime of x and g prime of x exist, h prime of x is equal to g of x times f prime of x minus f prime of x times g prime of x all over the square of g of x. Okay? Or sa iba, maririnig natin siya na low d high minus high d low over low squared. Okay? Suppose we have y is equal to 2x plus 3 over x squared minus 3. Okay? In this particular example, ano ba ang f of x natin? F of x is the numerator, while g of x is the denominator. Okay? Let us now solve for the derivative of f, which is, so the derivative of 2x is 2, the derivative of 3 is 0. Whereas, the derivative of g, so the derivative of x squared is 2x, derivative of negative 3 is 0. Dahil meron na tayo ng mga values ng f, f prime, g, and g prime, ready na tayo na isulat ang derivative ng y. So we have x squared minus 3 times 2 minus 2x plus 3 times 2x all over the square of the denominator x squared minus 3. Okay? So tapos na tayong kunin ng derivative, but of course, we cannot leave our answer that way. So pwede pa natin siyang i-simplify. So we have y prime is equal to 2 times x squared is 2x squared, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, minus 2x times 2x is 4x squared, 2x times 3 is 6x, multiply by negative 1, so we have negative 6x, all over x squared minus 3 squared. Okay? Let us now combine similar terms. So we have 2x squared minus 4x squared. That will give you negative 2x squared. And then, negative 6x. Wala naman siyang kamukha or similar term with negative 6x. And then we have the constant. Okay? And then, sa denominator, x squared times x squared is x raised to 4. Copy the sign. Negative 2 times 3, 6, 6x squared. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Alright, so therefore, the derivative of y equals 2x plus 3 over x squared minus 3 is y prime equals negative 2x squared minus 6x minus 6 all over x raised to 4 minus 6x squared plus 9. Okay, for the second example, we have y is equal to 4 minus x squared over square root of x. So here, ano ba ang f of x natin? Tama, 4 minus x squared. And what is our g of x? Yes, it is the square root of x. Okay, so what is the derivative of 4 minus x squared? So again, the derivative of a constant is always 0. And then, negative derivative of x squared is 2x. Right? And then, the derivative of the square root of x is 1 over 2 square root of x or square root of x over 2x. Dahil kumpleto na ang ating mga values, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute. So we have square root of x times negative 2x minus 4 minus x squared times square root of x over 2x all over square root of x squared. So again, we are done differentiating y, but we still have to simplify. Okay? Hindi natin pwedeng iwan na ganyan ang sagot natin. So square root of x times negative 2x is equal to negative 2x square root of x. And then, we have minus 4 times square root of x is 4 square root of x. Negative x squared times square root of x is negative x squared square root of x. Okay, all over 2x. Okay? So, in the denominator, we can cancel the square root and the square. So, we have x. Okay? But I think yung numerator natin medyo problematic pa siyang tingnan. Okay? So, kailangan itong negative 2x square root of x, kailangan makombine natin siya dito sa 4 square root of x minus x squared square root of x all over 2x. Para magawa natin yun, kailangan mag-multiply tayo ng 2x sa taas at saka sa baba. Okay? Minus 4 square root of x minus x squared square root of x over 2x all over x. Okay? So we have y prime is equal to negative 2x times 2x, that is negative 4x squared square root of x minus 4 square root of x minus x squared square root of x. So dahil pare-parehas lang naman sila ng denominator, pwedeng pagsamahin natin sila. Okay? And then, yung nasa baba natin kanina na x, now we know that x is just equal to x over 1. Pwede na natin siyang i-multiply dito. So magiging 1 over x or yung reciprocal niya. Okay? So ituloy na natin. So we have, kung napansin nyo, yung tatlo sa numerator, lahat sila ay merong square root of x. So, pwede nating i-factor out yung square root of x. Okay? So, ang matitira sa loob is negative 4x squared minus 4 minus x squared. Okay? And then sa baba, we have 2x times x. We have 2x squared. Okay? And then, napansin nyo, we can combine negative 4x squared and negative x squared. So, we have square root of x times negative 5x squared minus 4 all over 2x squared. So, pwede nyo nang i-leave ang inyong sagot bilang ganyan. Okay? So, y prime is equal to the square root of x times the quantity negative 5x squared minus 4 all over 2x squared. At ang panghuli nating pag-aaralan ay ang tinatawag na the derivative of a composite function and the chain rule. Para ipaliwanag to, let us consider some examples. Number 1, suppose you are given f of x is equal to quantity 2x squared plus 5 squared. Okay? Kunin natin ang kanyang derivative. So, anong gagawin natin? Ibababa lang natin yung exponent na 2. And then, magsusubtract tayo ng 1. Take note na meron tayong function sa loob. Siya, si 2x squared plus 5. Kukunin natin ang kanyang derivative. Ang derivative niya ay 4x. Okay? And then, we are going to simplify. So, 2 times 2x squared plus 5. 2 minus 1 is 1 times 4x. Okay? Let us distribute 2. So, we have 4x squared plus 10 multiplied by 4x. Okay? Furthermore, 4x squared times 4x is 16x cubed. 10 times 4x is positive 40x. Therefore, the derivative of f of x equals 2x squared plus 5 squared is f prime of x equals 16x cubed plus 40x. Another example, halimbawa, given kayo ng g of x is equal to the square root of 1 minus 3x. Okay? Bago tayo kumuha ng derivative, i-write muna natin siya. So, alam naman natin na kapag meron tayong square root, pwede natin siyang isulat sa ganitong form. Okay? We are now ready to get the derivative of g of x. Ibababa lang natin yung 1/2. And then, yung exponent ay ma-minusan natin ng 1. Again, take note na meron tayong function sa loob which is 1 minus 3x. Ano ba ang derivative ng 1 minus 3x? Yes, tama kayo. Negative 3. And then we're going to simplify. So we have 1/2 times 1 minus 3x raised to negative 1/2 times negative 3. Yung negative 3 na nandito sa dulo ay pwede nating i-multiply sa 1/2. So it will become negative 3/2. Okay? And then, again, meron tayong negative na exponent dito which is not allowed for a final answer. So para mawala siya, ililipat lang natin siya sa baba. So 1 minus 3x raised to 1/2. Right? Finally, we can write our answer this way. Negative 3, 2. So 1 minus 3x raised to 1/2 is just a square root of 1 minus 3x. Okay. So dahil bawal din ang pagkakaroon ng radical sign sa denominator, kapag final answer ang usapan, kailangan nating mag-rationalize. So magmumultiply lang tayo ng square root of 1 minus 3x both sa numerator and sa denominator. So kapag na-multiply natin yan, our final answer will be negative 3 square root of 1 minus 3x all over 2 minus 6x.